This is the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with a very formidable opponent. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, this crowd is hyped, and you look at... The Miami Heat begin the game with the basketball. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Baseline drive, count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Jaylen Brown. Trying to cash in. Now a step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
He'd have the basketball. Layup goes down. Well done.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint. Right.
To Marcus Smart. Nice pass to get things going.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Slam inside.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Proud City.
Oh, they don't get it across in time. That's an 8-second violation. Bad pass, and the Celtics have it. To Marcus Smart. Lays it up and in.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, head jab. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
To Marcus Smart. Cruises inside for two.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Nothing going here on that drive. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Bobby Portis has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. First one, count it. And he makes them both.
Good shot, man.
To Horford. Goes to the right side. Short jumper stays out.
Show me something better than that, baby. Anytime.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Hayward. two for Al Horford getting to the rim.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Miami secures the rebound.
Defense, let's go.
And count the basket inside.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
It's a turnover as they head the other way. Not that time. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
They work it down to a minute. And the basket good at the rim.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. And scores. They'll let one fly from half court. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4. Jay and I are back after this. It's the NBA playoffs on E. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you. And that's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Hassan Whiteside. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Jaylen Brown. To Hayward. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. For 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your pass.
Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Will Barton. Off the assist.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. Down to 5 on the 24. 4-3. The Heat secure the rebound. Deep 3 at the buzzer. We reach halftime here in Game 4. Let's Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us. And see you again after the game. All right, I got ball. Here we go. My ball.
DeMarcus Smart.
Wait on it.
Nothing going here on that drive. Gets it in the right corner. DeMarcus Smart. Boston with 4 to shoot. Take
Close out.
Can't connect.
Make that, baby. Gotta make that.
Here we go. We got something.
On the painted area, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on a shot.
Hayward. Pass stolen by Miami.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
He gets it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to quarter. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Hassan Whiteside. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
DeMarcus Smart. Nothing going here on that drive.
Hey, the screen is still there. Come on, man.
The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Gets to the basket and scores.
And I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shots. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Celtics have it. Take stock of the floor. Add 2 points to the board.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
To Richardson. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Hayward. The shot almost.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Brown with it up top. His guys down big.
I told you the screen was coming.
Screen coming. Easy pass to the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's the Heat with the possession. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says 1 man can't beat 5, but we're watching 1 man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Whiteside. Old school backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
We get a whistle and a timeout here for Miami as their coach wants to get a word in with his guy. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Miami's got it. Jason Tatum rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Short jumper off the mark. Richardson.
Double.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Over to the right side. Hayward passed it off. Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
To Whiteside. Had a chance, but it's no good. Boston with the basketball.
I got ball.
And he hits.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Short jumper won't go down. Late feed to beat the buzzer. The Heat with the victory. And they're moving on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat are one step closer to a championship with today's win. Still, the journey is far from over. They've got to stay focused. They want this journey to end with the Larry O'Brien trophy in their hands. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Miami Heat. The Celtics weren't able to advance after that tough loss. I got a sense they didn't expect for their offseason to start just yet. I know what the feeling's like, and it can be tough, but it's all about how you come back from it. Who knows what they'll be like next season? It'll be interesting to see for sure.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.
The second round of the NBA playoffs is upon us as we get ready. The jump controlled by Miami. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more than. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Brooklyn's got it to Hollis Jefferson. Not that time.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs as a defense. Make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Just getting going here in game one. To Russell. Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Hassan Whiteside rejects it. Couldn't keep it in. Out of Spencer Dinwiddie. Miami with the basketball. To Whiteside. And scores.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Dinwiddie into the front court. 8-0 is the score. To Russell. Portis tips it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
Russell with it up top. 10-0 is the score. To Dinwiddie. Russell. Won't go. Hassan Whiteside. Huge block. He'd have the basketball. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Nothing going here on that drive. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Knocks it down from mid-range. Russell into the front court. 14-point deficit. Knocked loose. Short jumper stays out. Tough make through traffic.
Pick that chin up. This is a game of runs. They were on one, now you might be on one.
To Richardson. The screen sets him up for two.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Russell with it up top. Trailing by 14. Rebound comes to Miami. Count the bucket for two.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And
to Dinwiddie. cash in. Wide open look won't go.
It just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Hassan Whiteside. He's 2 for 2 now.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Can't connect from in close. Russell into the front court. His guys trail by 13. From the painted area, won't go down.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything. That's why shots aren't dropping.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Russell. To Dinwiddie. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Nice finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammates look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Russell with it on top. His guys down big. To Dinwiddie. Pass stolen by Miami.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
To Richardson. The shot almost.
I love when I see a good contest. They're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle and not landing.
Knocked loose. It's the Heat with the possession. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Yes, D'Angelo Russell. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Barton. Curling inside. Oh, pass stolen by the Nets. To Russell. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First try at the line, no good. He missed a pair of free throws. Martin into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Here comes the screen. Russell. Deep left corner. 4-3. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Down the lane to lay it in.
When the ball was in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Nets have it. Here comes the screen. Russell. Oh, emphatic slam.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Match up, baby. I got ball.
Layup goes down. Well done.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. That misses with 2 seconds to go. It's halftime here in Game 1. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Hassan Whiteside swats it. That's his third block this evening.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Yes, D'Angelo Russell. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
I'm on D. Here we go.
To Richardson. Here comes the screen. Richardson. Oh, nice fire to the basket.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
Baseline drive all by himself. Creates his own shot there.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. To Whiteside. That's rebounded by Brooklyn. To Russell. Free throws coming up.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line.
Match up, y'all.
And scores at the rim. Beautifully done with the Euro step.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Hassan Whiteside with a piece. Fourth this contest.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Encountered at the rim.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
I got him.
And the finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Nets have the basketball. To Russell. Rebound taken by Portis.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Russell into the front court. Down a bundle. Hassan Whiteside sends it away. Whoa, 5 now.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Portis pins it.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
We got to tell our producer in the truck, you got to tag that highlight.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Passed it off. And count the basket inside.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down